And we're back. This is Live at the Center for Performing Arts at Rhinebeck, a mere 3.5 miles from the heart of the village of Rhinebeck, 60 miles from Albany, the capital of this great state, and the seat of much shenanigans and goings-on. 110 miles from Broadway, and a hop, skip, and a jump to Mount Everest. I've never been there, but so what? This is the May show, and behind us we have the set for what happened in April. If you missed it, too bad, shame on you. This is the Globe stage that we put up every year, created by Richard Prowse, designed by Richard, built by Andy Weintraub, from a concept, yours truly, but based on the Globe that's in Southwark in England. And if you missed it, too bad. Othello played Shakespeare on Broadway, speaking Shakespeare, and a student production of Macbeth, which was quite hair-raising. Little 9-year-old kids doing bubble, bubble, toilet, trouble. Oh, scary. All right, so coming up in the month of May, opening on May 1, playing for one weekend only, May 1, 2, and 3, a brand new play, the world premiere of Gina Leonaggio's play, Dark Echoes, and I'm going to read, Gina, what we have in the brochure. Dark Echoes is a psychological mystery thriller fraught with danger, deception, treachery, and intrigue. So I love any play that has fraught in the promo. So, this is your first play?
This is my first play.
And what made you write a play?
I love acting, I love playwriting, and I thought I'd take a shot at it.
And, was it fun?
It was amazing.
How long did it take?
It took roughly about a year and a half to
That's
actually...
a 3-act play. Or it's a 2-act play.
It
but
was
it's
a 3, and then we turned it into a 2-act play.
And it runs about, what, 120 minutes? 2 hours?
Yeah, 120 with 15-minute intermission.
Yeah?
Yep.
Cool. Very good. And sitting next to Gina is the director of this play, and she's been in 111 different things here at the Center for Performing Arts. Barbara Meltzer.
Yeah.
And how's it going? I heard you saying that you're getting into run-through mode pretty soon.
Actually, this Sunday we're starting full run-throughs.
She means this Sunday, meaning a Sunday that already happened in April.
Yes. So, but seriously, the cast is phenomenal, and they've been doing everything that's been asked of them, and so we're ready to do full runs because
Cool.
they're great.
And you're not in the play.
No, I'm not.
You're just kind of standing by.
I'm standing by watching
Well, we
her
have
life.
2 of the stars, Peter Pius, who's been in also 111 things here at the Center. So, Peter, who are you playing in this play?
Oh, I play Michael, who is the next door neighbor to Nicole here, and very good neighbor. You know, I'm always helping her. I care about her daughter, and I'm just an all-around nice guy.
A nice guy.
the Yes. most
And I won't ask anything because I'm sure since this play is fraught, deception, anything
that
could
word.
happen. And sitting next to Peter is Nicole Llewellyn, who for many years was involved in A Christmas Carol. Did you do anything else other than A Christmas Carol?
Not here, but
Not here. What? So who are you in this play?
I play Cynthia Avery, who is a mother who's also, I have a husband who is deceased, and I also have a daughter who is blind.
Well, visually impaired.
Visually
That's what we
impaired,
say.
yeah, she's
And who's playing the daughter?
It'll be Alina Gonzalez.
Uh-huh.
She was in Sunshine Boys,
Sunshine Boys.
with Johnny Dell
Right.
and Joe Felice,
Right.
who is also in this show
And
as
Joe's
well.
in this show?
Yes.
He is.
Wow, and who's Joe playing?
My husband.
He's playing.
Your husband?
Yes.
But you said he was dead.
My dearly departed.
See, it's fraught. It is a psychological thriller. So let me ask you a question. So you think nice young girl like you, been an actress, singing and dancing and all sorts of stuff like that. Why would you write a psychological thriller mystery? What's going on? Anything we should know?
Maybe some things might be divulged with the show when
So
it
don't tell me.
happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you mean about you? Divulged about you
There-
when people see the show?
I am a little bit dark, as you can
So
tell.
why didn't you write a play like Little Mary Sunshine, or Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm,
Because it's been
Richard
done.
III?
Because
Oh,
it's
that's
been done.
Oh.
It's been done before. I wanted to do something that really grabbed people
Huh?
and really made the actors think, work, and have an amazing director to direct it.
And mysteries are incredibly popular.
Yes.
And you were in, what did you direct last year?
Murder on the
Nile.
Nile.
And you were in that.
She had the lead role.
And you're directing another Agatha Christie somewhere
Yes,
else, right?
yes, I am. I'm doing The Hollow.
At?
Coach House.
Coach House, when is that open?
The 2 middle weeks of July.
Oh, so that's not for a while.
Not for a while,
All
yeah.
right, and Nicole, what have you just come from doing? Anything that we would have seen or known?
I Love You, You're Perfect Now Change.
Oh, I know that. Where'd
Story
you
of
do
my
that?
life.
Yeah? I Love You, You're Perfect. Yeah, please, don't talk to me.
That was directed by Ed Clanky over at Coach House as well.
At Coach House?
Yes.
And then Joe is involved. Isn't he on the board at Coach House, or he was on the board?
He was.
He was on
Yes.
the board. And he's not involved in I Love You, You're Perfect Now Change?
No, that was back in November.
In
Of last year,
November?
yes.
And how did people like that? Did they
Oh,
come?
it was phenomenal. It was
Yeah?
phenomenal.
Good time?
Yes.
Great. So, Peter, what were you just in?
The last thing I did here was It's a Wonderful Life for our Christmas
That's
holiday.
right.
Yes,
You were the
yes.
druggist. Mr. What was his name?
Mr. Gower.
Mr. Gower.
Yes.
And you got saved from making a terrible mistake.
Yes, I did.
Wow. But you've been here since, like, what, 10 years now? Is it almost 10
It's
years?
almost 10 years,
Crucible
yes.
was the first thing you did, right?
Yes, it was. Crucible and Man from La Mancha, which I did following Crucible.
Right? Two very similar plays.
Oh, yeah, right.
No, they're not.
You know, and since then, musicals, dramas, comedies.
So, Nicole, do you have a theater background? You study theater?
I do.
Yeah, where did you study?
Actually, I began in Florida when I was 10 years old, many years ago.
Okay, and what'd you do in Florida as a child?
I
still?
started with an original production called Saturday, and then I did A Fiddler on the Roof, The Music Man, Annie, a lot of shows like
Were
that.
you an Annie?
I wasn't in Annie. I was too old by that time. I was a Boylan sister. Do 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 do.
Cool. And Peter, you didn't always, you weren't always on the stage, right? I mean, this is a new thing for you? Or?
Well, I did theater back in the late 70s
Oh, you
and
did?
early 80s, and then...
And these are the 1970s and 1980s.
Yes, not the previous century, but you know, kids came along and got married, and then it was $200 a year as an actor, or it's $80,000 a year as an
$200 a
engineer.
year? God, that's an extraordinary salary.
Back then it was, you
Yes,
know.
it was. And Barbara, you studied theater, and you have a master's degree in directing?
And directing and set design. We had
From where?
Long Island University CW Post campus.
Right.
And I also studied acting in London at the British American Acting Academy, where I worked on Shakespeare and Restoration comedy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Serious stuff.
serious stuff.
What did you direct Shakespeare when you were over there?
No, we were doing acting. And
So you acted in Shakespeare?
yeah, the skits, you know, like
Scenes.
scenes, yeah.
Right.
And the people studying there were Canadians, Americans, and British, and we
Wow.
were all together in a very intensive 4 weeks.
That's cool. Did you study theater, Gina?
I just did some theater classes in high school, and I did a couple of classes back when I was in high school at Robert X. Modica in Carnegie Hall for a summer.
All right. So because I know this is sort of like one of those Hammer Brothers films or a Roger Corman film. Do not divulge the last 10 minutes. You know, and sometimes there's like electrodes under your seats to make you jump. So can you tell us, without giving it away, what is Dark Echoes about? Without giving it away.
Dark Echoes is about a family, their lives were thrown into something, an unexpected, I guess you can say, phenomenon that it's the challenge of how they have to overcome it and how they rise above it. No matter what gets thrown at them, they're always still going to come out of it.
So something happens. This is a decent American family, sort of like Ozzie and Harriet.
Yeah.
Something happens. Aliens come from another planet.
Exactly.
And they have to deal with it, right?
Yes.
Well, but that's not in this play. There are no aliens in this
No,
play.
there's no green
All
men in
right.
this.
But you do have a leading character, heroine, who is blind, right? And that's sort of like crucial to the play, right?
Yes.
And how she has to deal
Yes.
with what's going on.
It's an obstacle.
Yeah. And what's with Mom, without giving it away? What's Mom's backstory? Anything that we need to know? Anything you can tell us? Or it's just fraught, this is fraught with mystery and intrigue, ladies and gentlemen.
Mom pretty much is very dependent on her husband, the dearly departed.
Who's dead.
Right, exactly. And she, that was her one and only love. And so now she has to really find out what it's like to be the sole breadwinner and go along with her life.
A little hanky-panky with the next-door neighbor?
Maybe. We'll just have to wait and see.
Oh, so it's fraught with sex as well.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I love the word fraud. F-R-A-U-G-H-T, but you don't pronounce the G-H. So it's fraud. I don't know. So, all right, so there's something going on. We don't know what it is. You have to come see it, ladies and
That's
gentlemen. May
right.
1 through 3, 8 p.m., Friday and Saturday. And what we're happy to say is that the center is actually producing this show. And Gina came to me some time ago, and she showed me the script, and I told her straight out that we hadn't done a new play since about 2008 because the economy was such that you couldn't get people to come and see something that they had not already seen. That's the way it is. People only go to what they know. So you can do My Fair Lady, Les Mis, Hamlet 1,000 times. People will come. But if you do a new work, it's very hard to get people to come. So, I decided to take a chance since it was a good play. A very good play. And also and we'll talk more about this later, this is the year of new plays, because later in the month, May 8th through 10, actually the following week. So Gina's new play, full-length play, Dark Echoes, fully produced, May 1 through 3, 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 3 p.m. on Sunday. Tickets are $20. The following week is a slam, meaning that we are going to do 15 or 16? How many is it? 16 plays in 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So there's 6 plays on Friday.
5 on Friday, 6 on Saturday, 5 on Sunday.
There's a voice coming out from the ether.
aliens, yeah.
We're fraught with voices. Elaine will actually be on later. So this is the age of new plays. I mean, we decided because the economy's a little better for us, and we've been very fortunate, and we have a little money, and quite frankly, doing a new playwright really doesn't cost us a whole hell of a lot.
You're welcome.
I don't have to pay you royalties. I mean, we'll give you something.
That's nice of you.
And and we're building the set. Basically, you're building out of what we already have.
Actually, we're using the mid-stage black.
Right.
And all the furniture we've collected
From
from
upstairs.
upstairs, from our prop room.
And you're pretty much wearing what you would normally wear
Yeah.
in everyday life.
Yeah.
So, you can do that. I remember years and years and years ago in the 60s and 70s when I was doing shows off Broadway. It was so cheap. I mean, you kind of we did Shakespeare in dungaree jackets, and we had coffee cans with light bulbs in them, and that's stage lighting. No kidding.
Seriously.
We acted in bars and storefronts, and it didn't cost a dime. But that was the era of seeing nothing but new work, because there was no expense. But in the 80s, 90s, in the early part of this century, everybody wants something. So it's very hard to pay a new playwright when you don't know what you're going to get. So the tickets for this show are $20. You can order them online, www.centerforperformingarts.org, 24 hours a day. You wake up in the middle of the night, I have to see a new play.
Just like that.
So you just go online. You can buy tickets for Dark Echoes. Or you can always call us, 845-876-3080, and that would be Tuesday through Friday between the hours of noon and 5, Saturday between the hours of 1 and 5. You'll talk to the lovely Eileen Contrini. You can buy tickets. So Dark Echoes, May 1 through 3, 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 3 p.m. on Sunday. And what else should I know about this? Anything else that you can divulge? Anything that you don't? It's not a mystery. It's okay to tell us.
It's fraught.
It's fraught. The play is fraught.
It's fraught. It's fraught with intriguing deception.
Intrigue and deception. Well, I don't want to say, I mean, if you read this, would this give too much away?
No,
It wouldn't.
No.
So imagine everything you thought and you knew was a lie. So you can say that to everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what if all your hopes and dreams were suddenly shattered in an instant? Wow, that sounds like real life. Okay, this family, who were once happy and successful until what seemed to be a horrible accident turns into something dark and sinister. Wow, so who's your inspiration? Anybody we know?
I love reading Edgar Allan Poe. I love reading Agatha Christie,
My favorite.
Charles Dickens. The list just goes on.
So you're into that whole I wouldn't quite call it Gothic. Poe is Gothic, but Agatha Christie is sort of like the English drawing room kind of tongue-in-cheek mystery. And have you done other Christie other than here?
No, no.
No,
I-
that was
but
your first play here.
That was my first play
To direct.
here, yeah, yeah.
And have you directed mysteries elsewhere?
No, actually, I did Neil Simon down on Long Island with a company. We did Star Spangled Girl, and I did quite a bit of directing at college as a guest director. I came back after I graduated because some of the undergraduates said, "You were great. Can you come do our shows?"
Cool.
And I did 3 of the seniors' graduating plays I
Super.
directed.
Yeah.
And a couple were musicals.
Peter, you ever directed a show?
Not since college.
But does he have a play in the festival?
No, I
No.
was rejected.
You were rejected, but
Yeah.
we read one of your plays
Yes, you
at the
did.
Morton Library. The racetrack play.
Yes, the racetrack.
thought
Day
it
in
was-
Saratoga.
I thought that was very funny play.
Yeah.
Two husbands, 2 wives. The husbands have the system, the scientific system. The
Yep.
wives are just kind of like,
Just
whatever
whatever.
strikes them. And the wives are the winners.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, well, isn't that the way it always is?
All right. Good man.
Men, the best laid plans, of mice and men, not of mice and women. Have you directed a play, Nicole?
No, I haven't, but I would really like to.
What would you direct if you directed something?
I think I would definitely direct comedy.
Comedy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's fraught with laughs.
Absolutely.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Dark Echoes playing at the Center for Performing Arts at Rhinebeck, May 1 through 3. Shows Friday and Saturday are at 8 p.m., Sunday matinees at 3 p.m. You can always order tickets online, www.centerforperformingarts.org. You can do that 24 hours a day, or you can call us at 845-876-3080. Tuesday through Friday between the hours of noon and 5, and Saturday between 1 and 5. And the tickets for this show are a mere $20, all tickets, right?
All tickets.
Yeah, so any ticket, 20, it's a bargain, folks. See a new play. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Break a leg. Break a leg.
Thank you.
And we'll be back.
What are you going to sing?
Well, yesterday when I was getting out of a big white Rolls Royce limo, a crazy person yelled something out the window that inspired me to write this song. Then you got it, flaunt it. Step right up and strut your stuff. People tell you modesty is a virtue, but in the theater modesty can hurt you. Then you got it, flaunt it. Show your assets, let them know you're proud. Your goodies you must push. Stick your chest out and shake your douche. Then you got it, shout it out loud. Now you'll dance. Then you got it. Show it. Put your hidden treasures on display. Violinists love to play and string, but audiences really love a G-string. Then you got it. Shout it. Let the whole world hear that you're a boss. So close, it makes me mad. All the girlies in the task. Then you got it, lady, hang out. Remember when Ula danced?
Yeah.
Ula dance again. Shows that top to bottom don't sing twice. Now in a belt, nothing twice. When you share it, let the bottom be somebody else's joy. People say the meaning grim is forever, but every stronger knows that flame will stop her. God is giving, don't be selfish, give it up away. Don't be shy, golden sheep. Shows the boy your birthday suit. When you got it, if you got it, once you got it, shout out, Hooky dokey. You like it?
Like it? I want you to know, my dear, even though we're sitting down, we are giving you a standing ovation. Don't you see, Bloom? Darling Bloom, glorious Bloom? It's so simple. Step 1, find the worst play ever written. Step 2, find the worst director who ever lived. Step 3, I raised $2 million. 2? Yes, one for me, one for you. There's a lot of little ladies out there. Step 4, hire the worst actors in New York and open on Broadway. And before we can say step 5, close on Broadway. Take our $2 million and go to Rio.
Real? No, that will never work.
Ah, ye of little faith. What did Lewis say to Clark when everything looked bleak? What did Sir Edmund say to Tenzing as they struggled towards Everest Peak? What did Washington say to his troops as they crossed the Delaware? I'm sure you're well aware.
What'd they say?
We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Me and you. We can do it. We can do it. We can make our dreams come true. Everything you've ever wanted is just waiting to be had. Beautiful girls wearing nothing but pearls, caressing you, undressing you, and driving you mad. We can do it. We can do it. This is not the time to shirk. We can do it. You won't rue it. Say goodbye to petty clerk. Hi, producer. Yes, producer. I mean you, sir. Go berserk. We can do it. We can do it. And I know it's gonna work. What do you say, Bloom?
What do I say? Finally a chance to be a Broadway producer. What do I say? Finally a chance to make my dreams come true, sir. What do I say? What do I say? Here's what I say to you, sir. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's not me. I'm a loser. I'm a coward. I'm a chicken. Don't you see? When it comes to wooing women, there's a few things that I lack. Beautiful girls wearing nothing but pearls, chasing me, embracing me, I'd have an attack.
Why, you miserable, coward, wretched little caterpillar. Don't you ever want to become a butterfly? Don't you want to spread your wings and flap your way to glory?
Mr. B, I was
We can do it!
song, you've got me wrong. I say so long, I'm not as strong a person as you think.
We can do it!
Mr. B, I was not just taken. Look, I'm not a crook, I'm just a shook. The bottom line is that I think.
Come on, Leo! Can't you see, oh?
You see Rio, I see jail.
We can do it!
I can't do it.
We can do
I
it!
cannot do it, 'cause I know it's gonna fail.
Fail! How could it miss? All you need is a little courage. You know what you are? You're like a fountain, ready to explode and to shoot into the sky.
I'm a fountain.
Yes, you're a fountain! Bloom, can't you see, Bloom? There's more to you than there is to you.
Mr. Bialystok, I'm afraid you've made a terrible error in judgment. You've mistaken me for someone with a spine. I'm going back to Whitehall and Marks now.
No, no,
Goodbye forever.
no, Bloom, Bloom, think about it! Oh, Lord. Dear Lord, I want that many!
And we are back, and that was two wonderful numbers from the upcoming production of The Producers. Actually, what it is two numbers that we did from the production 5 years ago, but interestingly enough, it's the same cast of people. So you saw Yarek Zabinski, you saw Aubrey Flick, and the great Johnny Dell. And The Producers is coming up May 15th through June 7th here at the Center for Performing Arts. And with us is the director, Tracy Carney, who's been on the show. You've been on before, haven't you? This show?
Yes.
Yeah. You have never been on the show?
Nope, I
No?
have not.
All right, this is Elaine Fernandez, and I think most of you in town know Elaine because she's like the Hillary Clinton of Rhinebeck, right? She's a strong political presence.
I'll take it.
Yes, she is. And she actually has 2 email accounts, and she has 2 different cell phones. So she does town business on one, and she does personal business on another.
That's right.
But Elaine is, and if you don't mind, I just want to talk about this because Dark Echoes, as I said, is May 1 through 3. And I alluded to the fact that the following week, which is actually the Mother's Day weekend, right?
Yes.
May 8 through 10, we're slamming. And when I say slam, I mean that we're jamming 16 new plays into production in 3 short days. So on Friday, May 8, we've got a crew of plays, 5.
Yep.
And then on Saturday, May 9, there's another
6.
6. And then there's 5 on Sunday,
Yes.
May 10. And Elaine is the creator. She thought this up, Hudson Valley Playwrights. Why?
I've been writing since I was very young. Always wanted to playwright. I did a lot of poetry, wrote a lot of skits and things like that when I was really young. Never really did it seriously or to produce. I was actually a theater major in college when I started
Oh, I
out.
didn't know that.
I started out, but very briefly, only for a year. A very good friend of mine at the time said to me, "Theater, like, don't you want to get paid for work?"
Where did you go? Where did you go to school?
I went to SUNY Ulster first for a 2-year degree, which I had in communications, and then I graduated from Bard College with a BA in political science. And so
So at SUNY Ulster is where you studied theater.
exactly, I started there, and then I transferred and studied political science.
Yeah.
So my heart's always been in theater.
Right.
It's what I've always wanted. It's like my passion. I've always wanted to pursue.
So was it easy to find a lot of other people like you who had written plays? And
Well, you know, part of what sort of opened this door was a year ago I decided to take a playwriting class over in Kingston. And I met with a gentleman who's now one of the playwrights in our group, and his show is one of the Friday shows called Unbelievable. I had a really great time in his course just learning the craft and working with people that were all disciplined and dedicated to producing. their work. And so when the classes ended, I didn't want it to stop. I really liked the environment, the discipline, and the people that I had met, and I wanted to continue it, and really got very serious about wanting to finally produce. And so when we stopped, I said, I'm really thinking about starting up a group, a workshop, so that we can all read each other's work and give feedback, with the intention to get new plays out in the network. And so it was only like 4 or 5 of us. It was a small group at the time, but everybody seemed very interested. So I just started putting things out on the internet, on blogs, saying, called up the Morton Memorial Library in Rhinecliff, which is where I grew up, and way back when I was very young, they used to produce plays on the stage in the community theater at the Morton, quite a lot, actually.
Well, Rhinebeck Theater Society was there for a very long time.
Yeah. I mean, at one time, it was a very active stage.
Yeah, in fact, the first time I worked in Rhinebeck was in 1993 at the Morton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I was really young, I remember going down there and feeling really excited. All the kids were involved, and it was very vibrant, very exciting. And so I went to the Morton, and I still live in Rhinecliff, and asked them if we could use their stage to do the workshops. And they really loved the idea of what we were doing, and they were very supportive immediately. And so I started getting people calling me saying, what is this about this Hudson Valley Playwrights group you're starting? And before you knew it, I had about 20 to 30 people that showed up that were playwrights or aspiring playwrights. They wanted to learn the craft, or they already knew the craft. They were from the least experienced to the most. And so that's how our little workshop started. Yeah.
That's great. So again, we're very happy to do it, and it's 2 weeks in a row of new plays. Now this is slightly different in terms of how we're pricing this. This is a pay what you will initiative, meaning basically you give us whatever amount of money you feel like you want to give, and it's a donation. And once again, that's May 8 through 10, 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 3 p.m. on Sunday. Pay what you will. You call our box office, 845-876-3080. But the next week, we're going back to the tried and true, and we're actually doing a play that we've done once before. It's Mel Brooks, The Producers, and Tracy Carney is the director. And how's it going?
It is going fantastic.
It's a lot of fun.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like to, because you got 4 people. Is it 4 or 5 of us?
5.
5 of
Or
us.
more.
Let's see, it's Johnny, Yarrick, Aubrey, me, Tom,
And
Dave Foster. So there's 6 of us who were in the original production.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
how did we figure out exactly how long ago that was?
2009.
Oh, really? So 6 years.
Yeah.
That's not so long. Did you, are you being persuaded that it has to be done the way it was done?
No.
No, because I know I've been in rehearsal. You're doing your own thing,
I am doing my own thing.
which is great.
I think it's important to do your own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it throwing anybody?
Not so far.
No, I don't
Not
think
so
so.
far.
I don't think so. In fact, you added a bit that I had done in 2009 that I totally forgot about. That whole karate thing?
Yeah.
I just forgot about it.
It was hilarious.
And you said, no,
Yeah.
you got to do the thing that you did.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember I did that. So Johnny's in it, Aubrey's in it, Dave Foster, and Yarrick, and Tom Webb, and myself. And who else? Anybody else we know?
Cheryl Delvecchio.
Cheryl Delvecchio. Yeah.
She's back. The rest of
Oh,
the
that's right. She was in it
she was
before,
in it.
so she's
Yes.
the 7th person.
Yes. But the rest of the ensemble are all
brand new.
all brand new people.
Yeah.
And some of them are actually brand new to the center.
I know.
And some of them are brand new to the theater.
Yeah.
So it's been very exciting, and they're completely committed, completely open to everything that I'm throwing them, and also that Christy's throwing them in the
New
choreographer.
choreographer, Christy Kowalski,
Yeah.
is choreographing
Yeah.
us.
And she
she's doing
is
a great job.
And she is not pulling any punches.
No,
and she's,
you know what though? She's making it really kind of idiot-proof. Like the King of Broadway number
Yeah.
wasn't that hard to learn.
No.
But it's not garbage. I mean, it's actually
No.
like real dancing.
No, we have talked about it. She really makes it look like everyone is doing something quite impressive and
I'm
difficult.
in the back. I'm just doing. It looks like I'm doing something, but I'm not.
Right. But it's she is able to really
she's very
connect
good.
and really able
Yeah, she's
to
really good.
convey what she wants.
And Paul and Joanne Schubert are doing the music
Yes.
once again.
Yes.
They did it the first time.
They did.
And doing it again. And Johnny Dell is, of course, reprising his Max Bialystock.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of like, that was the very first play he ever did here.
Yes.
And it really turned him on to this place. You you haven't acted in anything here,
No, and I want to.
but you worked with me on Christmas Carol.
Yes.
Once or twice? Did you?
Once.
Once. And what else did you do? You worked with
I
me
did
on
the
something.
props for Doubt.
Doubt. That's right.
Yep.
Right. And and had you been writing while you were doing that, or did that turn you back into writing? Did you say, "Oh, I realize why I like doing this. Now I should write something"?
You know, I wasn't really writing at that point, but I wanted to stay connected to the theater. I just loved it. Yeah.
And do you think that that's going to become a thing for you, or what's going to
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Now it's, the momentum started. There's no going back.
You want to talk about your play? Is there anything in your play that we can't talk about?
No,
She has a play. Not only did she think this up, Hudson Valley Playwrights, and you ran the workshops, and you did all the coordination, so you were the producer,
Right.
executive director, chief financial officer.
of no finances.
Yeah, well, but you
Somebody has to do
you
it.
grabbed the whole thing. I mean, you've got the
Yes.
whole thing. So not only you're doing that, you also have written a play
Yes.
that we're doing on the Saturday night.
Exactly.
And it's called,
It's called Hey Driver.
right?
And it is about a woman who loses her job, and it takes her about a year to find work. She finally finds work busing a van of schizophrenics. And it really makes her question, well, many things. What sanity means, what reality is,
Right.
what is worth doing in life, what's not worth doing in life. She has a lot of challenges along the way. A lot of my writing and the things that I intend to write about in the future, and there's a full-length play I'm working on right now, they tend to be about social issues, human issues. A lot of what I've experienced in the life of politics over the last 8 or 9 years. I've always been in the social services side of politics
Right.
in my professional world, and you see a lot. You see a lot from the middle class, people that are struggling, and that really informs a lot of the things that I want to write about and the things I care to write about. And so this is actually a little piece of that, because
Good.
it really is based on a true story about what somebody had to do in order to earn money for a
Well,
while.
it happened to you.
But yeah, and the eye-opening experience of it in many respects.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. You ever written a play?
No.
Want to write a play?
I've thought about it, but I feel like I need to get my children out of high school.
The girls
and then-
are your play.
Yeah. Oh, there's a play in there,
There's
that's
a
for
play
sure.
about the girls. And one of them's in this show,
Yes,
Little
she is.
Jane.
Yeah.
When you did Christmas Carol, who
Yep.
was the Tiny Tim? Do you
There were
remember?
2 Tiny Tims. One was Jane.
Oh,
little
Janie.
Yep,
And Noah.
yes.
No.
Oh, what's the young man's name? They were both so good.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank.
Jonah.
Jonah.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the year after.
A year after Jane, because when
Yeah.
I first met Jane, well, I knew Tracy from, what was the show, the first show? Oh, you were in Inherit the Wind.
I
That was the
was.
very first thing you
Yep.
did. You were Mrs. Matthew Harrison Brady.
Right.
And then you...
With Joe Felice.
With Joe Felice. And then you did Children's Hour.
Yes.
And had you done anything in the middle of that?
I did a lot of crew work
Crew
in the
work.
middle because I had time to do that because the girls were little.
Is your degree in directing or acting? Or
It's
stage?
in theater.
In theater, so
Yeah.
you're a real stage manager.
Yes.
And now you're, well, no, I mean,
I'd like to think I'm a real director.
no, but what I mean by that is that you were trained to be a stage manager.
Yes, yes.
Whereas, most of the people who are working here have picked it up.
Right.
And don't have any
Right.
background in it.
Yes.
But you've directed now, how many things here? 4? 5?
Here,
Yeah.
4.
You did,
Vagina Monologues.
yeah,
Uh,
which was a big hit.
yeah.
You missed that. It's a shame.
Sunshine Boys.
Sunshine Boys.
She Loves Me.
That was just last summer,
Producers.
right?
And
You did something else, didn't you?
it seems like I did. I did a reading years ago.
Uh-huh.
It was a women's reading, Voices.
Was that part of Dick Rizzo's thing?
No,
That was part of
no,
this?
it was here.
Really?
It was here it was right after, probably 12 years ago.
Oh, I don't remember what that
Yeah.
was. So any particular challenges? No, but you're new to musicals, though.
I'm new to musicals.
This
Yeah,
is your
this is
second
second
musical.
musical. Yes.
Right. And any
Yes.
challenges to stay away from to avoid recommendations?
No, I have to keep, I guess, I have to keep a very, very open mind to anything can happen at any time.
Yeah.
It's much more so with musicals, I think, from the 2 that I have directed, than straight plays.
Yeah.
But this one is particularly fun for me because it's a comedy,
Right.
and I really can can
Right.
explore those things.
Yeah, and you have any problem that you're working with people who've done this? I mean, they say, no, this is how I did it, this is how I'm doing it.
Well, there's always, well, we did it this way
Right,
before,
right.
but I'll say, you know what? Let's try it this way.
Yeah.
And no, there's never any problem. This cast is very open
Good,
to
good.
any
'Cause
suggestions.
otherwise, I think it might run the risk of being stale if you.
It is, and
if you
I-
try to repeat
yeah.
a performance you did 6 years ago.
Absolutely.
I mean,
And I have my own ideas, and I
Right.
have my own things I want to do.
So I don't know if I gave the dates on this. This is May 15th through June 7th. That's a 4-week run?
It's a 4-week run.
4-week run, May 15, June 7. 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 3 p.m. on Sunday. You know the number, 876-3080. Tuesday through Friday between the hours of noon and 5. Saturday between the hours of 1 and 5. Always online, centerforperformingarts.org. I'm looking forward to doing it. I have to play him slightly older and a little more tired because that's the reality.
And we have a great new costume for you, too.
What I talked about you last night. I'm going to try. I'm going online today. See if I can find that. That's a mystery. Let's not.
Oh, no, we're not going to give that away.
We can't give
But
that
there are
away.
lots more surprises.
There are a lot of surprises in this show. A lot of surprises. And Elaine, so your play, Hey Driver, is the second night of the festival.
Yep.
And it's a pay what you will. Are there 16 different playwrights, or are you doing 2 of anybody's?
Yes, there are actually 15 different playwrights.
And who's getting done twice?
Lisa Kimball, she has Deer Crossing on Saturday,
Right.
and then she has Miss Pudding Doesn't Work Here Anymore
Right.
on
And
Friday.
I read all these plays.
Yes.
How many
I don't
plays?
think you read Miss Pudding, because that one came in
Came
at
in
the
late?
end. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But we read like 40-something.
Quite a lot of plays.
Wow.
Yeah, there were quite a lot of submissions.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
And probably one important thing for me to mention is that Friday and Saturday shows are PG.
Yeah.
They're not suitable for,
Not
for
suitable
younger
for
audiences.
younger audiences.
Yeah.
But Sunday is very family friendly.
Sunday is,
Yeah.
and by that, it just means there's no cursing, no foul language, no
Right.
sexually explicit
Right.
scenes.
Right.
Not that the other plays, I mean, there's some cursing in some of the plays, but, on Friday.
Well, also, there are some issues that get touched upon on Friday and Saturday night that are not. I wouldn't want a 12-year-old to see.
Right.
Like Brian Petty's play. I don't think a 12-year-old
Right.
should.
Or Miss Pudding, it's about a dominatrix.
Oh, then you.
Couldn't necessarily want their 6 or 7-year-old
Yeah.
coming, or
Yeah.
their 12-year-old.
Because the title could imply that it's something very
Something
family
else.
friendly.
Yeah, something else. All right, so very exciting. So I'm going to repeat in the month of May and into the month of June. Dark Echoes, May 1 through 3, Friday and Saturday 8 p.m., Sunday 3 p.m. Followed immediately the following week, May 8 through 10, Mother's Day weekend, with the Hudson Valley Playwrights Festival first. And I hope it's an annual event. And 16 plays in 3 days, 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 3 p.m. on Sunday. Dark Echoes is a $20 admission, and Hudson Valley Playwrights is a pay what you will. And to reinforce what Elaine said, for Hudson Valley Playwrights, the Friday and Saturday, May 8, May 9, is really not suitable for younger audiences, but the Sunday, May 10, is a very family-friendly environment. And then the following week, we open The Producers on May 15. That runs through June 7, 4 weeks, 8 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 3 p.m. on Sunday. The tickets on that show, by the by, are $27 general admission, $25 for children and seniors. And always, to order tickets, you can go online, www.centerforperformingarts.org, or you can call us up, 845-876-3080, Tuesday through Friday, between the hours of noon and 5, Saturday between 1 and 5. So thanks very much, Tracy. Thank you very much, Elaine.
Thank you.
And we will see you all next month.
There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night you open and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they hung a star. Let's go on with the show. The costumes, the scenery, the makeup.